Hey everyone, welcome to another match of Temur Rogues. Today we are playing Mardu Death Shadow, or at least that's what I think we're playing. Deck never really took off, but I still want to share the match to show how Temur Rogues plays. Our opening hand was alright, but it looks like Thoughtseize is going to take out something. I guess the biggest threat is Thieves' Fortune, in theory, since it allows us to dig through 4 cards and get something out of it. Okay, I discard Lightning Bolt instead. I suppose they were afraid of Lightning Bolt more than anything. I'll take it. Opponent's taking a bit of their time. We'll play Fairy Miscreant, and we'll call it a turn. Okay, our opponent misses a land drop. Looks like they kept a greedy hand. That's not our problem. Let's see what they'll be drawing next. They won't be getting a land. Alright. Can't really stop them from drawing cards, so I think we'll just attack in. See if anything happens to Fairy Miscreant. Nothing happens. So at this point, yeah, we'll put Looter il-kor and we'll ship it off the next turn. We draw a second Tarmogoyf, which is great. I have no problem with that. And our opponent gives up. I'm assuming that's because that was their second or third turn of not drawing any lands. I think they just wanted to give up there. I suppose I can't blame them for that. We didn't see much in the first game to kind of hint as to what our opponent is playing. Definitely has a greedy mana base, so Blood Moon and Magus makes sense. Spell Pierce, because it looks like we might need a bit of earlier interaction as opposed to Mana Leak, and we still want to play our threats and get through, so that's why I swapped some Mana Leaks for some Spell Pierce, but that's pretty much it. So our opening hand is okay. It's threat light, but we do have Traverse, we do have Looter il-kor, Serum Vision. We have all the tools necessary to go get more cards, so it's fair enough. That being said, our opponent is playing discard, so it's always tough to know if a hand is keepable or not, considering that our opponent seems to be pretty heavy on discard. The thing is, if you mulligan, you're helping them more than anything, even if the mulligan gives you a better hand, especially if you're not going first, so it's just tricky. So it's a lot of land, and we don't want Traverse either. We want threats, so let's see what else happens. Opponent gets their second land. Plays Knight's Whisper. And it's our turn. So Noble Hierarch is alright. Not a threat, but it's something. Yeah, it makes sense just to go to get a forest here, play Noble, and just wait. Nothing else we can do. Still don't have any threats, but our opponent isn't doing much yet either. He's interacting with our hand. Yeah, there's another one, Inquisition. So let's see what they get rid of here. I would guess Traverse. No, but instead they put Thieves' Fortune. Alright, no, well, now there's a second Inquisition, so I guess, yeah, they're gonna take Traverse. Okay, so our hand's been stripped pretty thoroughly here. Luckily, we draw Serum Visions, we get Obsessive Skinner, Blood Moon. Yeah, we would want Blood Moon here, for sure. I think this is the correct play. So Blood Moon next turn means we shut our opponent off from black, potentially, depending on what happens during their turn here. Let's see. Keep in mind we've now been faced with 3 discard spells, but our opponent seems to be fumbling around here. Game 1, no lands. In game 2, I don't see any payoff spells yet. All right, he's drawing 2 more cards. It's helping us out. Fatal Push. All right. What are you gonna do? It is what it is, but that's probably going to be the last Fatal Push he gets to cast this game, considering he's going to be Blood Mooned. End of turn, I bolt. Wind down the clock a bit. So we all know what I'm getting. Blood Moon. Going to cast it. Attack in with Noble Hierarch for 1. Main reason I kept Breeding Pool in hand is if we do draw Looter il-kor, it could be a target for the discard effect. We don't really need another land at the moment. Our opponent's down to 6, so Lightning Bolt. Okay. Yeah. He does have mountains. Goodbye, Noble Hierarch. Cycles on Earth. Okay, well, we're gonna cast Thieves' Fortune for full mana. Not sure why I played Breeding Pool there, but I think I did it just, you know, for the next turn. I didn't want to pay 2 life. I guess I was being extra cautious. Let's see. Okay. This is tricky. It's either Lightning Bolt or Looter il-kor. I mean, at this point, I need a threat that I could attack in with. So Looter il-kor seems to be the most sensible solution here. I think the Xmage interface kind of messes up on me here. I think I fiddle around for a few seconds. There we go. I was kind of concerned. So, again, our opponent's kind of stuck on only casting red spells, which I assume can't be that many in his deck. Probably the writing is on the wall. I wouldn't continue, but let's see what our opponent does. Oh, you got a Plains. Nothing to do with it. Assuming he's relatively a black heavy deck. Oh, and look at that. Tarmogoyf and Looter il-kor. So that's perfect. I'm assuming I'm going to get a concession here from my opponent. And that's essentially GG. Unless he could cast something in response, but I don't see that happening. And it's game. Okay. Yeah, I almost feel bad sharing this match because it's pretty empty. The main reason I did want to share it, though, is just to kind of show you how Temur Rogues deals with constant discard threats, but we did have to deal with our hand getting stripped in both games and our creatures getting removed and how we kind of try and bounce back from that. Now, for sure, if our opponent was actually putting pressure on us as well, things would have been a bit different. But you have to keep in mind that if they were putting pressure on us, that also means that they were using resources to cast threats and not resources to cast removal or discard. So it's kind of a balancing act there. Blood Moon in the second game pretty much won for us. Locking our opponent away from being able to cast black spells, which I would just simply assume that is the majority of the deck, based on the type of spells he was already casting before. So yeah, no black mana means no Death Shadow, no nothing. We get some 2 easy quick wins, and we win the match. So I hope you enjoyed that little short. I've got some more Temur Rogues gameplay I want to post up soon. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you enjoy my content. I would appreciate the support. Thanks, and have a good one.